Joining us now is Brian Trascher, United Cajun Navy Vice President. Great to see you. So you are not in Arizona right now. You are in Minnesota. I can see you're in your car, lots of lightning behind you. What are you doing up there?
Yeah, so I got talked into following some of our storm chasers up here, and we just intercepted a tornado outside of Hitterdal, Minnesota. You'll probably see that report come out of the National Weather Service if it hasn't already. But we're out here following some lines of convection, and hopefully be here if it hits any populated areas.
All right, well, we will certainly pay attention to that. But let's get to what we had you on to talk about tonight. The Cajun Navy, of course, for months has been trying to help Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos. You submitted a detailed plan of how you would assist in the search. You said, we're not trying to get in the way. We just want to give you extra resources to find Nancy Guthrie. Can you tell us some of the ways you think you'll be able to help and why you think that's still being rejected?
Well, I don't know exactly how many times it was rejected. We do know that there was a sort of like a blanket declination from the sheriff's office to accept any outside help. As far as, what we do, what we could bring to the table, mostly surrounded our ability to deploy canine teams and drone teams to the area. We really felt strongly that there was a good chance that she could have ended up somewhere along the border just because there's a lot of human remains that get found down there. We have a lot of people who are familiar with that area and are good at searching. And so, again, just to be a force multiplier, extra set of eyes, ears, and hands and feet at this point, just to try to bring some closure to the Guthrie family. And, it makes it even harder when you see Savannah on TV all the time and knowing what she's going through. She's putting on a professional face, but behind her eyes, you can tell, she's still really suffering.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely awful. As she says, she's in agony. Her whole family's in agony. Still very few answers about what has happened to Nancy Guthrie. But, in terms of what has been happening with the investigation, and clearly there's still no arrest for a suspect. We haven't heard much in terms of developments in this case. What do you think the Cajun Navy could do that the Sheriff's Department has either not done or still needs help with outside of what you just laid out? I mean, there's been a lot of conversation and disappointment, both from local law enforcement and from the FBI about the way this investigation has been handled from the beginning. Allegedly leads not followed up on, not enough search even directly behind the house. Neighbors who say that, they believe that this is going nowhere as a result of the media no longer really being in the neighborhood and pressuring the Sheriff's Department. So what kind of hope can you give those who are looking for answers, and especially to Savannah and her family?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to frame it in the context of a juxtaposition of what we would do versus the sheriff's office because we're not privy to everything that they've done or what they may not have done. But like I said, we're very good at search and rescue. We have a lot of resources we could have brought to the area, other partner groups that we work with in the area or willing to come to the area and help us search. I think early on, when we were closer to the abduction date, it would have been a lot more beneficial. At this point, I mean, I hate to say it, but at this point, you'd just be looking for remains, which would be valuable to the family to be able to have that closure. But that for some reason, they just decided they were not going to take the outside help. So we just kind of went back to what we're doing. We're preparing for hurricane season 2026. And right now, we're at the tail end of tornado season 2026. So the Cajun Navy is doing Cajun Navy things.
So in terms of people who may be watching this who say, well, the Sheriff's Department, they're law enforcement professionals. Who is this group, the Cajun Navy, who thinks that they should come in and be involved here? Can you talk about your professionalism and the type of training you have with your volunteers?
Yeah, we put a lot of resources into training our volunteers, but also you have to understand that a lot of the tier one volunteers that we use in operations like this mostly are either current or former law enforcement or combat veterans, people who have a lot of experience in high trauma situations, high pressure situations. So it's not just, like a guy taking a week off of work that normally sells insurance, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not down on people that sell insurance. I'm just saying that people that don't have any experience at all, that's not the kind of people we would bring to this operation. Everybody that we had lined up has experience doing this and has been successful in the past helping us recover missing persons. So we have a pretty good track record, we believe, for being a civilian nonprofit organization. We're proud of our track record of finding people both alive and people that are no longer alive, but at least there's a recovery there.
Right.
And so we're always willing to help.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.